Now, when the money ran out, because money always runs out, his dope man said, yeah, I need you to do something for me. Of course, it concerns, stealing something, no sucking dick. Done so, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. And if you do not have an investment/retirement plan in place through your employer, please check out the Acorn app below. Now, let's talk about Rick James' autobiography, Glow. Here we are, flash forward where he is back in jail because he's telling this story while he's in jail. And the person that's there listening to him is Brother Guru. Now, Brother Guru look at him and go, well, what was it like, brother? Rick James says it was hell. Brother Guru says, where'd they take you? They took me to hell. Now, it wasn't actually hell. What it was they threw him in the brig at the Brooklyn Navy Yard, okay? It was a dorm facility, right? And he was saying that the guards down at that place had a whole bunch of racism, burling in their souls. So, they had to take it out on all the African-American soldiers that did not do right. Same shit, different era. What he said was them Marines were the guards and them niggas was just looking for that work, okay? And then he also said that he was in there just with a whole bunch of black men, ninjas that was just mad for nothing, just no reason, just wake up in the morning angry. And half them ninjas was murderers and sex offenders, okay? So, and assault, offenders. I'm saying to myself, poor Ricky James. He ain't gonna make it in there, child. He ain't got two ingredients, some kind of, drugs and no bitches, he ain't gonna make it. Now, he say on a bright note, because they knew that he could sing, they left him alone. Child, he was basically the human radio. Could you imagine somebody coming to your cell going, hey, Rickety, let's get up. I need to hear Dock of the Bay right now. Let's go. And he says after about 7 or 8 months, they finally got his ass and took him to trial. Sound about right? Sound about right. He says his attorney had blamed everything on the fact that he was in love with music, which was not a lie. He was doing a lot of fugazi stuff because he was around there chasing the music, but he also was around there chasing the dragon. Well, not heroin, he off that heroin shiz, okay? But he was around there chasing drugs and hoes. That's what the attorney forgot to put in, the statement to the, Your Honor, he couldn't get right because he was around there chasing music, and drugs and hoes. Okay. So what ended up happening was that he only had to do 6 months in the brig. That's all he had to do. Hold tight. In addition to the 7-8 months that he had to do in the brig, to squash his beef. Not only did the stars and stripes bless him with AWOL and not desertion, what happened was he had met these dudes named Doc. He was an old black dude. Then he had another friend named Eddie. Eddie was black and Puerto Rican. And these three came up with a goddamn plan to escape. I said to myself, Rickety James, you couldn't do 7-8 months and be scot-free? But anyway, let's get to it. So what happened was those three pulled a whole stunt. You heard me. What happened was a guard, he was sick. Okay, and what he did was trusted Doc because Doc and the guard was cool with each other. Child, never trusted. I told you. When you about to pull some fugazi stuff, you do it by yourself. Then that way you don't have to kill nobody. But anyway, back to the trickery. Okay, what happened was those three, because Doc was supposed to lock up and clean up the mess hall. What the God was supposed to supervise and make sure it got done, but he got sick and went home, okay? So anyway, Doc, Eddie, and Rickety came up with this scheme. Well, we about to get the fuck out of here, child, and they did. So anyway, while Doc and Eddie was around there cleaning up the mess hall, Rickety was down there to a door kicking that motherfucker in. Okay, just kicking it in because, they didn't have keys anyway. And as soon as that bell blings, bling, Eddie, Rickety, and what's the dude, Doc, they went to running. They was free. And guess what happened? As soon as they got out the door, they had their regular Navy clothes. So they just slipped their Navy clothes on to look like they was all regular Navy dudes. And they walked off the damn base. Brother Guru looks at Rickety as he's telling the story and said, I like the music. You know, the melody. But nigga, you back here with me in jail. Now, his first week of freedom, what he said was that Doc was not bullshitting because Doc had convinced them to do this old Houdini trick to escape the brig by telling them, look, I got a couple of stacks at my mammy house. Okay. When it got time, a week later, what Rickety James said was that Doc wasn't lying. Oh, he had them 35 stacks at his mammy house, okay? Now, they got the money. Doc broke, Rickety James off a piece and Eddie a piece, and next minute you know they in a deluxe hotel in the sky. Knock, knock, knock. It's the dope man. Of course, you know them niggas can't make it without dope. Now. Doc, it's still the 60s. That motherfucker is strung the hell out on that juggy. What do you call him? A Skag Jones? Something like that? Child, that nigga is skin popping all over the place. I know you're like, what is skin popping? Girl, Google it. All them names that my mama would say that people would, child, juggy, skin popping. I just found out what the hell Skag Jones was. I don't know. But anyway, all it means is heroin, shooting dope. Okay? Oh yeah, what do we call it now? I think they call it old boy. And then when you sniff it, it's that old girl. Child, I don't know. I don't do that shit. Yeah. Eddie and RJ is balls to the wall in coke and weed. I'm saying to myself, Jesus, these niggas. Oh, here we go. Not only is they balls to the wall in coke, marijuana, and juggy. Okay, Doc girl, she appears. Hello, Doc. I bring 2 girls for your, friends to hunch on. Here you go. Girls, go. And I'm saying to myself, I hope that shit wasn't free. But Ricky ain't say nothing about that. They paid those girls. I'm saying to myself, what you do? You just go there just to hunch dudes? Just to hunch them? Oh, yeah, I ain't doing nothing today, so let me go fuck on Doc's friends. No, ma'am. Shit, these bitches don't have no aunties nowhere. Here go Rickety, because you remember he done, ate Elk's vagina a while back, for the first time. Now he's chasing the vagina because he want to see if everybody else's vagina tastes like, Elk's vagina. I guess it don't matter when you come home from jail. You know what? It never matters when they come home from jail. Do you know how many videos I've seen of dudes in strip clubs when they come home, the girl whining and grinding and that. Next minute you know, the dude face inside her peach. Saying, you don't even know that girl. She might have herpes or something. But I ain't trying to make nobody mad. Now, by the end of the week, they were all headed to Toronto where Rickety thought that they would be safe. Okay? Because remember, they on the run. So, while RJ was there, munching on Elk's peach, because he acted like that peach was the nectar of life. It had the fountain of youth inside of it. He got word that the FBI was looking for his ass. Okay, again. Okay, so next minute the 3 ran to Montreal, and then they stayed there for a few months. Okay, here we go. These ninjas is just excited because they fugitives. What part of being a fugitive is exciting? I be thinking people like that who think running is fun is like, I don't know, ADHD or something. Like you'd be like, that's fun. No, nigga, I don't want to run. I want to go to sleep. But anyway, they was running the whole time and they was high the whole time. Oh yeah, so when you high, your mind ain't, that right. It's almost right. Here we go, talking about more pussy. So while they at a club, they partying, okay? Because remember, they fugitives. They getting high the whole time and fucking bitches. Okay, so Ricky James is down at the club and he meets a girl that says that she's an acrobat from the circus. And he said he liked it. He liked that circus vagina. It was just his nuts was crunched all up the whole time and every time that they did the booty. Now, RJ said he didn't mind his, balls being twisted all up because he liked to see her please herself. Ugh. Okay. And you know what I'm talking about. Eventually, Mom calls home. Mom picks up. RJ, baby. Rickety, James. How you doing, baby? RJ say, avoiding jail. Mom says not for too long because they calling here every day looking for your ass. Why you just don't turn yourself in, baby? RJ say not yet, mama. I can't do it. You know, because he's too busy having fun, being a fugitive, you know, doing boogity sugarity and chasing bitches. Mom says, well, I don't think, you know, I think we have a resolve, son. Remember your cousin from Cleveland, cousin Lewis from Cleveland? He is now a congressman. And I told him about the situation. And he said that he could basically help us in this situation if you just turn yourself in. So anyway, next scene, RJ is on a plane back to Buffalo. Now, RJ is in his feelings because what happened was he saw a magazine that was in the seat or wherever it is, you know, airport, wherever it is, he ain't specified. Or if he did, I don't remember. Now, Rickety James is in his feelings because while he's on the travel home, he sees a magazine with his old bandmates, Bruce and Neil. He's just saying to himself, damn, I'm supposed to be there. I done fucked my life up. You sure did. You know how much Rick James could have accomplished if his ass wasn't 100 miles and running? If he would have just got his stuff together. Maybe if he would have stayed clean off that booger sugar, that might, you know, or whatever it was, you know, whatever it was he take, because that nigga ain't not take much of nothing. So right now, after finding out that Bruce and Neil, you know, they made it big in LA with their own bands, he's sitting there thinking of a plan. He said, as soon as I get out this bullshit, if my cousin ain't faking, I swear to God, as soon as all this mess is over, I'm headed straight to LA. So here we are. He back in Buffalo with his mammy. Him and his mother went on a beautiful date over there, you know, in a kingdom by a waterfall. Okay. He called the FBI agents, come pick me up, nigga, I'm here. Okay. The FBI's came and got him. They handcuffed his ass. They put him in a car. Okay. And they took his ass back to the Brooklyn Brig. What he said was different this time was when he got back to the Brooklyn Brig, them niggas gave him a standing ovation. I said, ooh, these niggas priorities be. But they was giving him a standing ovation for the fact that he got the hell up out of there. He managed to get out of there now, child. You know, hold tight. The government don't like to look back, so just hold on. So anyway, at the second court-martial, the court was lenient with him. Nigga, the court was lenient with you last time. You just couldn't do the 7-8 months. Child bang. But the courts had to do some things, you know, do some flim-flamming because they kind of fucked up, okay? So what happened was they gave him a general discharge, okay? Not a dishonorable. I was like, damn, you gonna give him a general? He done ran a whole muck out here. And y'all gonna just give him general? But hold tight. So what ended up happening was all he had to do was just serve 6 months. And that's because the court realized that Rickety James was only 16 years old when he enlisted. So while doing his 6 months in the brig, you know, them Marine guards was pissed at his ass. How dare you get my man in trouble? How dare you? So they whooped his ass every day because, you know, he escaped, made the guards look bad, child. Or they was whooping his ass every day, according to Rickety James. So on the bright side, he met another dude by the name of Fire Ride. How'd he get his name, you ask? Well, I'm gonna tell you, okay? On the same day that Fire Ride was born, his pappy was down there to the racetrack and won $10,000 on a horse named Fire Ride. Hence, that's why his son name is Fire Ride. Fire Ride is old dude from Seattle, right? And what he said, you know, I don't know if he was welling or not or telling a lie. I don't friggin' know. I don't know if Rickety James knew either. But what Fire Ride said was that he knew Jimi Hendrix. You know, Rick James, his pickle got hard. You know Jimi Hendrix? Meanwhile, Junkie Doc is back. He got caught in Montreal being an old junkie. Now, fortunately, okay, he brought back some music with him. I don't know why they allowed him to bring music. I don't know. Maybe it's minimum. I don't know. Fire Ride also had some albums. So what they three would do was just sit back and enjoy music. So while they sitting there enjoying their music, Rickety James, he's referencing great guitarists, since, you know, we was talking about Jimi Hendrix or Jimi Hendrix because that's Fire Ride's friend. Rickety James talks about Larry turned Prince into a JW Graham, you know, but I ain't trying to say nothing. You know, my family is JW, so, you know, I don't want no bullshit in the comments. Then we got this other dude named Duck Dunn and Paul McCartney. He couldn't wait to get out. He wanted to show the world his guitar capabilities also. Now, you know, Doc and Fire Ride, they wasn't hearing that bullshit about the Beatles, Paul McCartney. They was like, dude, they're white. Ricky James, because he is a worldly man, you know, who've experienced a lot of things, he don't see color. He don't care nothing about color. Well, I guess he don't see color when he hunching it. You know, when he's hunching it. Now, when they whooping his ass, he sees color. But when he's hunching it and eating on it, he's good. So, as the three continue to sit there and imagine of their life beyond the walls, Firehorse says, I'm going to hook you up with Jimi Hendrix. Brother, I believe in you. RJ said, man, I can't wait. Doc, you're going to be my manager. A junkie, a manager, child, a junkie, a manager. How he gonna manage you when he gotta manage his habit, rickety? So anyway, you know, Doc gonna be the manager, and what he says to Firehorse, you're gonna be my music consultant. Okay, good job. So one night, one of them racist guards came to him and said, hey, you busy? What you doing? Yeah. Okay, so you know you won't be listening to that jungle music anymore. Rick looking at him bewildered like, what the fuck are you talking about? Mm-hmm. So what happened was your friend got some juggy in here. What I say, this nigga can't even manage his habit. How the hell he gonna manage you, Rickety James? But anyway, your friend got some juggy in here, lunched out, climbed to the top of the building and jumped off. Maybe he thought he could fly. RJ say it don't make sense. He's shocked and awed. You know why it don't make sense? RJ, because you ain't shooting that dope no more. Rock's still on that. He still got them Skag Jones, as you call it. Man, when you be on that stuff, you think you can do all kinds of things. I don't know, but when I've had a Percocet before, and I don't want that shit no more. That shit is addictive, man. When he finally got out, he went back to Buffalo, okay? So he back in Buffalo, y'all, okay? His mama say to him, baby, is there any way that you can pursue your dreams here in Buffalo? Answer, no, okay? Answer, no. Buffalo can't do nothing for me but be cold, mammy. He comes up with the idea to go back to Toronto. Now, when he get there, he realized that life ain't been the same, okay? All his buddies is gone, because remember, Neil, and what was the other dude? Was it Barry? Bruce. They out there in LA, okay? So Toronto ain't giving them the love that they used to. Okay. He discouraged, he defeated, he depressed. So you know what that nigga did? He spent all his money, okay, on boogity, sugary, and weed, you know. If prayer won't get it, I guess, you know, drugs will. Now, when the money ran out, because, you know, money always runs out, you know, his dope man said, yeah, I need you to do something for me, you know. Of course, you know, it concerns, you know, stealing something, no sucking dick. It always does. But anyway, the dope man says, I need you to do something for me. Because Rick ain't got no money. You know, that's what the dope man wait for. When they ain't got no money. And next minute you know, you stealing something, no sucking dick. So what happened was the dope man said, I'm going to give you all the drugs you want, but I need you to break into this boutique, okay? It's going to be an easy job. Ain't no cameras. The window going to just pop open. Ain't no alarms, nothing. Just do it. Rick James, because he need his fix, he did it, and he got away with it. So of course, in his mind, he's feeling like, this is a new low for me. I'm a booster now. That's my job. That's what I do. Yes, you are a booster, sir. That's what happens. But we usually, you know, leave that to the addicts. But then, okay, he is one. He finds himself at a new low because, okay, you breaking into boutiques now, stealing clothes so you can sell them. Okay, he say he kept a couple of outfits, you know, they were some old bad outfits, but most of everything went to the dope man. He's feeling like the Cellarbirds and the Minor Birds, they don't give a shit about him. So back to the Buffalo he goes. Mom says, how you doing, son? RJ, Toronto don't love me no more, mama. California's next. Mom said, why so far, baby? RJ say, maybe I'll stop off in Florida. I got a friend down there, child. I got a high school buddy named Big Red. You remember him, mama? And he got some good connections, mama, with a studio down there, child. So what he said was, his friend Big Red, because he left this part out when he was talking to his mammy. He always leave a lot of stuff out, you know. We don't want to tell our parents all the bullshit we get into, child. But anyway, When he got down there, okay, he met Big Red, okay? And what Big Red's job was to sell coke to all the stars. That's how he was able to have a connection to a studio. How he lucked up was a dude named Sam Moore. I ain't gonna pretend like I know who Sam Moore is. If y'all know, put it below. But he was in the studio one day and Sam Moore was doing a solo album. Now, the guitarist / bass player, that motherfucker, well, he's sorry, I don't know, he got missing. He missed work that day. I don't know. But, you know, Rick James picked up a guitar and was like, I could do this for you. Sam was like, get back there and do it. Next minute you know, he's a part of the band. So when he was down there in Miami, his boy, Big Red, he had a beautiful house, beautiful bitches, beautiful drugs. Okay, you know, Ricky James down there, he ain't got the one for nothing because guess what? You know, I told you before, Big Red was old dope boy down there serving the stars. So one day, Ricky James stayed at Big Red's buddy house, this hating ninja. And one day the buddy said, yeah, let me tell you something about your man, Big Red. You're supposed to be Big Red, buddy. Okay, I think this is a little shady, but you know, maybe it's just me. But Big Red buddy say, oh yeah, the FBI is watching Big Red right now. Okay, because I told you the feds is always watching. But the FBI is watching Big Red's right now. And yeah, they looking for people to turn against him. You know, people that are close to him that will turn against him. And brother, that will be you. Ricky James is like, me? Rick James say, what should I do? The guy responded, get the fuck out of here. He calls his mammy because you know he got to tell his mother everything he do except for drugs. Okay? But he calls mammy and say, Ma, listen, I'm leaving Florida and I'm headed to LA. I'm going to send for you.